Thus far, we've discussed the notion of a state, and we've gone into that in some detail. However, we have not yet discussed where the modern notion of statehood came from. And in fact, it came from a series of documents, treaties you might say, executed in 1648 that are collectively known as the Peace of Westphalia. There are many different synonyms for the word state. We use words like country or nation or even nation state. Sometimes we broaden it out to community or people or government or sovereign. But all of these words collectively refer to the thing that we call a state. Now, where did this notion of statehood come from? It actually came from a series of documents collectively known as the Peace of Westphalia. The Peace of Westphalia created the modern notion of statehood, as well as provided the inception of international law. The Peace of Westphalia consisted of a series of peace treaties that ended a number of conflicts in medieval Europe. And what the Peace of Westphalia did was to essentially replace the feudal system of medieval warlords and nobles with a system based on co-equal sovereign entities. The Peace of Westphalia established the notion of equal sovereigns who were equal with every other sovereign state. The Peace of Westphalia also included prohibitions on interstate aggression, and a prejudice was established against interference in another nation's domestic affairs. So today's modern notion of what is a state and that all states are equal, which we can best see exemplified by the inclusion of every representative in the United Nations General Assembly, well, that all began with the Peace of Westphalia. And as European influence spread around the world, these Westphalian concepts of what is a state formed the basis for international law. So in conclusion, it is the Peace of Westphalia, this 1648 series of treaties which define the modern nation of statehood and which provided the impetus for the creation of international law.